It is a rainy morning here. Let me fix this so you guys can see. There, can you guys see that good? Good morning, Paula. How are you? Good morning. Yay. We got some exciting things to do this morning. Good to see all of you. Finishing our beautiful dream. And I got a couple things to share with you guys. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Oh, where's my red hearts? I got to put a couple more red hearts on here. And not the black one. Busy, busy, busy already. All right, the first thing, we have Miss Anna on our Subscribers Appreciation Day. She picked a dog race. And I'm so excited. I'm going to play with, hi, Dee. Good morning. Thank you. She picked a dog race, and you guys know my number one favorite is the teacup. Little Chinese dog. This is going to be my dog in the dog race. Isn't he adorable? I can't win, but I can play with you guys. That is going to be so much fun. And I took two different pictures. Here's one of him running in the race, and here's one where he's sitting. Isn't he adorable? I can't wait for the dog race. That is going to be so much fun. And that is this Friday. Subscribers' choice. A dog race. So make sure you pick out what dog you want for that Subscriber Friday. And today we are finishing these, and I found some different beads to give it a more textured look. And I'm going to fit these all in the small spaces. And I'm going to use brown ones for her fingers, or tan ones right up here for her fingers. So everything has the jewelry on it. And I'm going to fill in the hearts here. And I also found a silver heart for the clasp on her handbag. I'm going to put this right on her handbag like that. How beautiful is that going to look, y'all? That is going to look so good. And I am really, really happy with how this is going to turn out. And I think I got the frame. I can't remember. We had gone shopping. Pretty sure I got the frame. So let's get the ball rolling. Come on, hearts. Don't give me a hard time. Get your butt in there. Now, because we're finishing it today, I won't be able to seal it. So I can come on any time later on and fill it live. You know, just pick a day to go live and fill it then. And I like the texture when you put more on it. I like the texture it gives us. So let's get her little heart clasp on there. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, honey. Yeah, I'm talking to the stones. Make them listen. What the heck? I don't like when they pop all over the place and get ornery. All right. right, let's get her clasp on here. What I love about this glue is that it dries clear. There, now she has her clasp on her handbag. Since we made her handbag out of hearts, why not give her a heart clasp right there? So, and then I have all these, you know, let me tell you a story. My grandkids, God love them because they helped me so much. Do you know those two wee ones sat here the other day and sorted. Now, here's what they look like all together. And they sorted these by hand. They got me all the white ones sorted from the darker ones. Tell me that ain't sweet. Beautiful grandchildren I have. They sure love helping their grandma. And they love their grandma to death. They love being with me, and I love being with them. And they did a lot. You guys will see here in a little bit how much they did for me. They helped me. I was cutting the jewelry. All these here that are in here, they sorted. They sorted and stuck them in the jars, getting ready for the fairy gardens. Yes, they did. They put everything separate, and this one has to get filled yet, but there's all the flowers for the fairy garden that they sorted, and I just kept cutting and they kept sorting. They worked so hard. I never got my glue gun. I'm going to send for another one. Oh, no. Yeah, that'll look good for the wigs. Oh, yeah, I knew these would go perfect in there, 'cause it gives it a different bead and a different texture. These are going to look awesome right there. And I can use these to fill in the gaps. That's what jewelry art is all about, having different textures, and some will be up, some will be down, and this is where this comes in handy, having my tweezers. So once I get this bottom layer in here, then I will put some up like these are. So it looks similar, and look how good that matches. Wow, that is really matching well. Yeah, I told the kiddos, I said, listen, Granny has to do a live on Monday, and I want to finish my girl. Can you guys help me and sort the beads for me? It was an immediate yes, let me tell you. Immediate yes. They were more than willing to help me sort out the beads and get everything ready. Thank you, Dee. Yes, it's going to look so good. And I love the fact that this glue will dry clear. But once I seal it, they'll all stay together. But what I'm doing is I'm going to let these dry a bit while I fill in this part. And then I can go back up and add the layer if I so choose. And this is the other part of her leg right there. Beautiful. I knew that would look good. Oh, I can't wait until I see it sealed and framed. Yes, this one probably will sell. It does look very good. And well, maybe I am patting myself on the back, but I do think it looks very good. All right, let's get this one in here. I am filling all the tiny holes with these tiny ones for right now. We won't be able to see any of the bottom there. It'll all be filled in. It's going to look so good. That's why I never worry about glue getting on the other stuff, because it dries completely clear and you can't see it. Hello, Shanika. Oh, yes, I wanted to finish it with y'all. You bet. Yes, I wanted to finish it because it's going to look good once I get it sealed. And like I told everybody, my grandkids helped me sort all the beads. They were so helpful this weekend. They really did the major work. They did. Sorting the beads is a lot of work. And they worked hard for me. And they got it done. Oh, look at that, y'all. That is just gorgeous. I am really happy with that. I can't wait till it dries and I can seal it, and that is going to be so awesome. And what I'm really liking is the tiny beads texture against the larger beads. It gives it another whole layered look, which is awesome. And that's kind of how I did the other dress that I sold. I put like similar colors, but different depths of... Oh, you know, Shanika, that reminds me. You asked me to help you with... that's something we forgot to talk about this morning that I was going to bring up. About the snake. I forgot about that, darn it. All right, when I call you, we'll talk about that. Yeah. That's what I also had in my head this morning, was working on several things at the same time, getting everything done for the book club, which, y'all, we have our copyright for the book club. I'm so excited. Everything is coming together. Thank the Lord. Everything is coming together. I'm so excited. See, y'all, look at that. I love the texture. And it's going to be all through her pants. So it's not going to be like one section is just tiny beads. It's going to look like part of her pants, which gives it that texture. And I am so glad the wee ones sorted these for me. They made my job today so much easier, y'all. So much easier. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to show you guys, I have a surprise for you guys today. Yes, I do. I have a surprise that I know you're going... Oh, that's a double one. Nope, that's single. I got to be careful. Some of them are doubled. And I don't want them doubled. Oh, look at that, guys. That is looking amazing. And it's going to be all through her pants, which then it doesn't look like it's chopped. You know, I have just the big ones here and teeny ones in one area. They're everywhere. So I thought that would really give it that polished look of different patterns in her pants. Thank you, Dee. And I hope her hands, what I planned for her hands, I hope they will turn out good, because I'm just a little worried. I might work on that next so these can dry and see if these tinier beads are going to look good on her hands. Because I don't want her hands just blank like that. I want to give her a beautiful hand. And these beads are so tiny that I'm hoping that it will make it look good. Whoa, that flew right out of my hand. Oh, nice. I love, can you guys see the texture that's giving it? If you have it up on your TV, you probably really are going to see it very well. And that purse is just amazing. I love her purse. That purse really pops and says, here I am. And I love that when I looked at this, I mean, the other day I was looking at this so much. And I'm thinking and thinking and looking at it and thinking, and I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for the love. Thank you. That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you. And that's when the idea came. But then I knew the beads had to be sorted. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to sort the beads. So that's where the wee ones came in handy. And once I started looking at it, I'm like, okay, there's little spots that I can fill the beads in at and make it look like that's was intended, rather than having open spaces. And I knew there was plenty of these to use. And you can still see the outline of her pants. And it just makes it look so much better. Now, let's see. I got this leg is all done. Now I got to work on this one, get some of those little ones over here. Fill in this part. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And I'm glad that these were the same color as the big ones. I was so happy. Just a shade. I mean, just a, I would say a smidgen. A smidgen. Oh, nice. Now, let's work on her hand. Let me get some more glue in here. Now, what I was thinking is I have the little tan ones and the darker ones. So either one is going to look good on her hand. So let's just try. Oh, losing my hair. Look at that hair in there. Get out of there. Oh, what do you guys think? I'm gonna have to be very delicate because I want it to look separated too. So, what do you guys think? Because she's not showing all her fingers, you know, they're bent at the knuckles. They are bent at the knuckles, so they have to look like they're folded over. There we go. Oh, that looks so good. I am loving that. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Now, I do need to put one more because the thumb is usually the biggest when you're holding a handbag. So, this will be the pinky over here. That's her pinky finger curled around her bag. So, I want to take it. Okay, that's her pinky. Now, I just need one more for the thumb. So because the thumb usually stands out. So I want to put one right there for her thumb. That should be the... did you freeze again, D? Okay, one more for the thumb. There we go. There, now her hand is filled in. No blanks. Beautiful. I gotta put some more white ones right here. I need to put some here, and right there, and right there. Because we want them to have beads, the little ones, all through her. Now her hand is done and will dry. So we can finish the little beads now, get those in there. And I love how they tuck right in there on some of these. They tuck right down in. And I am so glad to finish this with y'all and get it done. Now I'll be anxious to get it sealed and put it in a picture frame. It's going to look so good. And then I got to get her waist up here. So let's get her waist done up here. Oh, that looks good. I see a place that I missed. I gotta get that too. Right there. I did learn something from Shanika also. When I went over to her channel and was watching her do her jewelry art, the background, that's where I realized, oh my gosh, that will make a difference. How awesome. That's why watching other channels, you can learn a lot, y'all, just by what they are doing. And I can see here, I need to fill in her pants by her handbag, that's for sure. No stone unturned, I say. All right, let's get that filled in. That way it flows with the pants on the other beads, and it's flowing right along with the other beads. Looking good. This really turned out better than I anticipated. I was kind of bumming about it for a little bit, but yeah, it's really turned out. Get over there, thumb. Don't want to knock her fingers out of joint. Have to look like fingers. Oh, beautiful. And there it is. It's so gorgeous, you guys. And when I seal it, oh, it's going to look fantastic. She's done. Beautiful, beautiful. Hi, Mimi. Good to see you, girl. I got to show you guys, before I put the word dream on here, I got to show you guys my surprise. I have a surprise for all of you. I had gotten this from Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, and I'm real excited about it. And I want to share it with you since we're doing this beautiful outfit. I want to share it with you guys. Boy, that's drying already. Look at that. Yo, that looks so gorgeous, y'all. I'm in love with this. And here she is. Ta-da! A beautiful Coca-Cola Barbie. Isn't she gorgeous? And I'll tell you what, when I open her up, you guys, I love her sparkly red shoes. I love her outfit. And I decided right then and there, I want to do this outfit on my jewelry art. So I'm going to be going through all the pieces to find where I can do this. She has a Coke in her hand. She has a yellow and red umbrella, a paddle, you know, a sun paddle. And then can you guys see her red sparkly shoes here? Look at those gorgeous shoes. Those are amazing. This is one amazing Coca-Cola doll. I just love it. And I had to have it. Now, when he put it up, he said $20. I couldn't pass it up. I had to have it. And it wasn't until I opened it, when it got here and I opened it, I was like, I gotta have that. It was just, I just had to have it. It was beautiful, that dress. So I'll be drawing that up. I'm gonna put that on a heavier weight cardboard paper, because the jewelry I want to use is going to require a heavier weight. I'm going to let everyone know when I start my fox hat or bonnet. Oh, that'll be awesome to watch you crocheting. Yes. Yes, do so. Because that would be awesome. All right, y'all. Now we need to get our word on here so that can get sealed too. And I need to place them. Let's see. D R Oh man. Let's see. D R E. Nope. It's gonna have to be 2 and 3 or D R E A M. How does that look, you guys? Can you tell it says dream? I was hoping I could set one here, but I guess it could if I glued it. I don't have an S, or I would. I don't have an S like this. So this says dream. You just dream. I could glue this to where it stayed right there, but I don't like how it looks. But if you guys can tell it says dream. It looks good, Mimi? Yeah, as long as you can tell it says dream, because without our dreams, we gotta have our dreams, that's for sure. So that's the way I'm going to put it. So once everything dries, I can seal it and get it ready for the, so I'm gonna start with the D. Oh no, you jumped back to the start. How'd you do that? Oh, that's gorgeous. Dream. And I like the word dream with this outfit because we dream of things like, let's say when I first did this, when I started doing this with my first dress, and I seen it on another channel. I could dream, I could do it myself. I could do it. If I put my mind to it, I could do it. And I did. And that's why I love the word dream with this outfit. That's what life is about. Dream and try something new. It's just so fun to try something new and be proud of what you do. Be proud of it. Even if somebody is much better at it than you are, be happy for that person because they are good at it. And you will get, the more you do what your dream is, the better you will get also. Remember that. You take it step at a time. Be proud of what you do when you start. And then when you get to be a professional, you will still be proud of what you do. Come on, get there. I just love the way this heart purse stands out, y'all. I love it. That's why I want the extra hearts on there, because it really pops with the outfit. There, look at that, y'all. That is just gorgeous. And they're drying, and she has a heart clasp. That is so pretty. And then I will bring you along with me to seal it. And then we will frame it. And I'll tell you, it's going to sell. I just feel it because it's so pretty. And it has depth and character. I love it. I love it. And I hope you all love it too. But I got to show you the real work that went behind the scenes, y'all. And this is the real work that went into this. What'd I do with that little bottle? Yeah, I gotta put all these back in the bottle so they don't get lost. Those wee ones worked their little tails off sorting all this for me. And all this, I'm gonna show you. You remember the cards I showed you guys that had all the jewelry pieces in it? Well, the oldest granddaughter, she undid every single card for me. Let me move this over here for right now. She did every single, undid them all. You know how they have the tape on them, and then you got to pull the tape off, and then you got to unscrew. Yeah, that is. That is the Irish in me. Yeah, I think you caught that once before, like these right here. She had to take all those. Now, I see she left some of them on. Must have been hard. But the youngest granddaughter, she said at first, I can't do it. And she threw the card down, you know, and she said, I can't do it, Granny. And I said, oh, but you can. You can. You got to have faith in yourself. I said, sometimes when things are hard, you work harder at it so you can do it. And let me tell y'all, there was like 20 cards. And it had all these little things on it. And she ended up, once I said, oh, but you can, and I told her the story, she went to town, y'all. She did 5 cards by herself. Tape off everything. I didn't help her with anything. She took the tape off, she worked at it, and then she was, y'all, really, she was so proud of herself. I literally could see it in her face. The pride that she did it and she could do it. And she was just so proud of herself. And Granny was so proud of her that she didn't give up. And she did it. And she took them all off and they put them in this little container. Now, these are all what is for the new fairy garden that we are doing in this March. And I needed them all sorted for the fairy garden. And so they got those done. And then I was working on these. And so I had them sorting the jewelry. Now, here's my idea. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. These are for the ear, but I was thinking in the new fairy garden that I am doing, and I know you guys are going to love March's new fairy garden art. Wouldn't these look awesome as a lantern hanger? And then I could put diamonds along these. And a fairy lantern could hang on there. Isn't that awesome how you can take an earpiece and make it into art? And so I don't have to sell them. I don't have to give them away. I can use them. And that's going to come in handy during the fairy garden. What do you guys think? Perfect. Or wings? Yes, wings. That would make awesome wings. You're right. You could hang things on it. Or another idea too, y'all. It just came in my head. Flowers. I could hang the lantern. Let's put it like this. I could hang the lantern here. And then, let's see if I can find a flower real quick. Here we go. There's one in here. I have tinier flowers, but I could line little tiny flowers along the edge. That would be awesome, too. That would look awesome. I thought I had a tiny flower here somewhere. But this is still the jewelry that I have to get apart for the fairy gardens. I really, really love these pieces right here. That is going to look awesome. And then that's where my tools come in handy, because I will cut these off. And then I take my tools and I file them down so I don't get cut. And when I do this, I always got to be careful not to cut the edge of the earring. You want to just get the loop out of there. You don't want to take, these are so sharp, y'all. You don't want to cut the edge. Look at how beautiful that's going to be. And on a fairy garden. That is just gorgeous. But we did a lot more work than this. A lot of them are bagged and put away into the art room already. But they were helping me get these pieces done. Here's a piece that I got for the fairy gardens. And then this beautiful piece right here. It's already been cut. And these pieces. Look at this, y'all. This is gorgeous. It's really a peacock. But separately, This could be, I don't know how I would do this. I don't know how I would do this. I would take, in a fairy garden, I would take this piece right here, this piece off, take the secondary piece and put it on here to make it look like a peacock, to where the tail is up and feathered. That would look awesome. Mermaid, yes. And then I don't know what I would do with this. I do have a heart piece, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, here's the other flowers, y'all. Isn't that a gorgeous piece? How awesome is that? And then I could take one of the smaller fairies and put it on top of this, like she's on top of a garden. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's already been cut and filed. So that one is done. It's these pieces here that I gotta finish. And then I think these pieces are finished too. Maybe not. Hold on. Nope, these weren't finished yet. These are the other kind of flowers that I got for the fairy garden. We have leaves, and this one is attached to a leaf. They are going to be beautiful, you guys. Let me tell you, just beautiful. I want to make sure I get the jump ring and not the other part. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? That is going... Now, I might leave this hoop here for a reason. Sometimes when I look at just the piece, this is a flower, and it has a little tiny flower here. I leave the loop just in case I need that loop. I can always cut it when I'm doing the fairy garden. But these pieces are just... Together they are beautiful, and separate they are beautiful. This piece here has a leaf coming out of it. It has another flower stem here, and a pink diamond and pink diamonds. How awesome in a fairy garden is that gonna look, y'all? And when you see what we're doing this month, you are going to love it. Come in this week to the fairy garden, because I am not doing these, but I am going to show you the making of my fairies and my we are going to make the fairies, and I am using resin, y'all. You will get to be a part of that. That is going to be so much fun. And here's just a silver flower with the green leaf. I could put a fairy sitting right here in it. That's really awesome. And then extra chain, of course. Always have chains. Now, here's a leaf I want to keep. Oh, how'd you get mixed up in there? Get out of there. There we go. Here's a leaf. I don't want to leave any leaves on here. This is just the leaf. And I will need that for my fairy garden, so I definitely want to cut this one off. And get that out of the part I cut. It didn't cut it big enough. Wow. There we go. Where'd it drop to? I seen it drop. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to leave the hooks on that too, just in case. This one has hooks too. I'll leave the hooks on there. Just to be on the safe side. So I got 2 of those leaves. And then, of course, I put all my extra chains up here. Paula, I think it was Paula that asked me for, she asked me if I had a delicate chain. I'm pretty sure I do in all this chains I have. Let's put these over here too. Those are going to come in handy. You know, when I look at older jewelry or I look at something at the store, the first thing I imagine is what can I do with this in jewelry art or fairy gardens? That's the first thing I ask myself. If I can't answer one or the other, I don't keep it. I put it away. But most of the time, I can answer that. Now, this piece I am struggling with. I do have the idea. Let's see how this is put together. If it's put together with jump rings, yes. Let's see, I can cut the jump rings. Okay, so here's the peacock. Let's cut this jump ring, and I'll lay it out for you guys so you can see. All right, here's the peacock, so let's lay him right here for now. Now, this is my idea. Where's that other piece right here? I think it was this one. Because you can always put something back together if you cut the jump ring only. Okay, not that piece. This one. And then, okay, let's say it's in the fairy garden, and then this piece can go right there. What do you guys think? Does that still look like a peacock that has his feathers up or no? Because you got to remember, there'll be other flowers around it and stuff. Listen to your crafting queen. You are something, Dee. What do y'all think? Does that look like a peacock with his feathers up, or should it be this way? Maybe that way. And set it onto the... but these pieces are just gorgeous. I love these pieces. Now, this comes off here also. This is also with a gold jump ring. Let's cut the jump ring. And then this is like a diamond. That way, D? Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's saying yes. Come on, let go of that. It literally got stuck in there. Goodness sakes. There, I got it. Yeah, this piece is a nice little piece there. And then this is a half piece. That's a beautiful piece for a fairy garden. I just love these pieces. And then here is another. I gotta be sure and cut that. Oh, no. This don't have a jump ring on it. Well, okay. I'll keep the gold. I'll go ahead and keep the gold on there. That would look awesome too. Like something like this. To make it look like a little lantern hanging there. Yeah, you can always use, but you know, usually when I'm doing, sometimes I will think ahead and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I wait and see what I am going to create when I start working on it. And then these pieces here, this rest of that chain I will keep. But yeah, that's, sometimes I plan ahead, sometimes I want to see where it's going to take me. This piece is really pretty too. That makes a beautiful piece for jewelry art. And I have a lot of these silver clasps right here. A lot of them. I might go ahead, this would be nice for jewelry art. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave those on for right now. That would make a good piece for jewelry art. And then here's the jump rings I was taught, or the clamp rings. These are like little clampers. Let's see if I can get it off with my... I need to take it around. There, no, did it come off? No. Oh, you stubborn thing. There, I got her. Beautiful pieces. I wanted to show you. Here's the broken clamp. Little silver clamps. They call them clamps. You put them around the, just like a jump ring, but you put them the same way, and then I clamp them with my clamp tool. And it has like two big rubber things on it, and you clamp right down on them. Beautiful piece. Look at that. That would look lovely in a fairy garden, y'all. Wouldn't it? Just love that piece. And here's just a little flower if I can get it. I want to get it off this ring. Without breaking this piece. I don't want to break the other piece. I want to take this. This is a round bead on the back of the flower. That's what I want to take off. Because on the flower, I don't need it. There it comes off. So this piece would get cut off so that it'll glue on very easily. And look at that pretty. That's what I'm talking about. Here's a little flower. See what I mean? Put little tiny flowers, sparkly flowers all along there. How awesome would that be, y'all? Yeah. And I love these pieces too. But I'm kind of wondering if these are all connect. I might leave these, take the flower. Let me get this piece off. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take the flower off. Okay, I got that piece off. Another one like the other one. And then I got the flower off. So take the, and I might leave this like this. Only because it does look like a swing, doesn't it? That looks like something a fairy would swing on. So I just noticed that as I was looking at it. So I'm gonna leave that one as a swing and get these cut off the flower. Yeah, the kiddos would say, be careful, Granny. Be careful, Granny. Don't cut your fingers. Because I won't let them touch this because it's so sharp. I won't let them cut anything with the clampers because they wanted to help me cut the pieces apart. And I said, oh, no, kiddos. No, no. Granny would not want you to get hurt. Here's the pieces they had put together for me. Here's the other one. I left it like that. See, I knew some. Wow, I am so glad I left that. Now I have 2 swings. I'm glad I didn't cut that one. Here's another piece from another necklace that turned out beautiful. And then I love these. These look like windows, y'all. Little tiny see-through windows that would look awesome. You know the little houses I make? I could use this as a window in the fairy garden. And then you guys saw that piece. And then I started to cut off for my jewelry art. I got a lot of chain here. I don't know what I will do with all this chain. I might just stick it in the drawer. I got a lot of chain pieces off this one necklace, which I love these pieces. You never know with art what you're gonna do. See, here's a big piece of the chain right there. You never know with art what you're gonna need, and it's always better to save your pieces than consider them trash. I never consider anything trash. Oh, here's what everything came off. I have just a little bit more to do. This was that great big long silver necklace with the purple beads, and the kiddos had put all the beads in a container, and I just have this little section to do, and it'll be done. But I got all the squares in here too. All the I don't know what container they put the purple beads in. They got to be in a container somewhere. They were putting everything away. I'll find them. I didn't watch where they were putting them. But I want to save, like, here's another little flower right there, y'all. Another tiny little flower. These are going to look just gorgeous in the fairy garden. Different kinds of flowers. But they were helping me sort out my necklaces. I had a great big drawer full of necklaces. That didn't sell, that wouldn't sell, like they were in the market forever. And when they don't sell, I go ahead and cut them apart and turn them into art. And then they sell that way. Oh yeah, here's another piece I gotta work on. I don't know if this would make good jewelry art right here with these little things here. That would be good for jewelry art. That would be good for jewelry art. This is good for jewelry art. I had a couple of those. I think there was 3 of them. Yep, 3 of those. Beautiful pieces. And then, of course, this that didn't sell either. So I don't know if I'm going to make art out of it or leave it. Oh, here's where they put all the purple. There's the little purple beads. Check that gem out, y'all. That's a smoky gem. Boy, is that gorgeous. I could see that on a piece of jewelry art. Well, it is 11:30, you all, and I want to thank you for spending this hour with me on getting my beautiful dream outfit done. I am in love with it, y'all. It looks beautiful. And after it dries, I will pick a day where I can come on live real quick and seal it and put it in a frame. It is going to look beautiful. You won't see, once I seal it, you won't see none of these wrinkles. These will all be gone. And so I hope you will share that with me. Until then, y'all, be safe, be happy, and always keep your positivity, even when it rains.